Hello, friends. Welcome back to Get Happy Be Fit. I've noticed something about myself that I had not considered or thought of as a negative thing until recently. And that is not really soaking up compliments, especially about my appearance. I worked so hard for so many years not to have my worth wrapped up in my weight or how I looked, and I kind of stopped taking compliments about my appearance or fitness level because I felt like if I let it feel good, then it was too important. And that was an indication that I was finding my worth in my appearance again. And then I was afraid that I would slip back into needing validation and compliments to feel good about myself. Now, this is very different than just straight up not taking a compliment. I was in that place for many, many, many years to the extent that I would get so angry when someone said I was pretty because I felt like they were pitying me and patronizing me because in my mind, I absolutely knew what they were saying was a falsehood. And you may be in that exact same place right now. It is a very sucky place to be, and it does take time and effort to get out of that mindset, but it can absolutely happen. And I am living proof of that because I no longer feel that way at all. I don't feel bad about how I look. I don't think people are wrong when they compliment me. I just don't want it to mean anything. I also stopped allowing myself to look in the mirror and think of the things I love about my appearance. Somehow, I completely forgot that that was a crucial step on my journey to loving my body. I forgot that it's not just okay to love things about your appearance or let yourself love things about your appearance. It's a good thing. It does not make you vain to pick out things you like about yourself. I've mentioned before that the first thing I started appreciating and loving about my appearance was my hair. Concentrating on that made me feel good and eventually made it easier to find other things that I loved about my appearance. And that's one of the things that really helped me just love my body and be good with the way I looked, even when I was overweight, because I was concentrating on the things that I liked. Something doesn't have to be the most important thing about you or the way you find your worth for you to feel good about it. We're attempting to live a happier life, to feel better about ourselves now, no matter what our weight is, and to pursue fitness from there. That is a lot easier if you feel good now. I look at it like this. Feeling really good now, being content now, enjoying day-to-day life now is the most delicious cake ever, and anything else, any other compliments about the way you look or feeling good about the way you look is icing on that cake. The cake doesn't have to have the icing to be amazing, but that doesn't mean the icing doesn't taste awesome also. Your worth, your value has nothing to do with your weight or your appearance, but that doesn't mean you can't feel good about it. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't feel good when someone compliments us. The problem arises when we need those compliments to feel worth or to feel good about ourselves, or when it makes you feel good for a moment, but then fear sets in because what if they're lying to me? What if I gain the weight back and I don't get compliments anymore? People judge me. What happens when I get older and my looks start to fade? That is not a healthy place to be, and that doesn't make you feel good. But taking compliments in general and feeling good about yourself in general is a good thing. It's not problematic. So lately, I have tried to let compliments make me feel good. And I've soaked up the things I love about my appearance like I did at the beginning of my self-love journey. And I've found that my inner feelings are very different because my worth and value is not wrapped up in the way I look or what other people's opinion of me is. I let the compliments make me feel good, and I let myself believe they're true. Then later, when I compliment myself, that same feeling comes up and it simply feels good and it makes it easier to be in a good headspace, especially if I'm having a day that I feel like I'm failing or that I'm not making the progress I want to make towards my fitness goals. I also have a fear that if I feel really good about myself and really soak up the good things people say to me, that I will start to be conceited or people will see me as vain. But that's worrying way too much about what people think, and you have control over whether or not you're conceited. And what other people think should not dictate how you feel about yourself. You don't have to put a ton of weight on what people think of you to take a compliment and feel good about it. A good way to take that compliment and make it more about you than the person who said it is to intentionally confirm it in your mind. Tell yourself, yeah, I do look good today. They're right. I really am crushing it. I'm seeing the results of my hard work. I feel really good about that. Along with the fear that people will think we're vain if we feel good about ourselves, there is also the element of being afraid that other people will think we have no business feeling good about ourselves as we currently are. But those people do not feel good about themselves, and that's what drives that attitude. That doesn't make them bad people, it makes them human and probably hurting humans, much like ourselves. You might even be one of those people. You may feel like people who feel really good about themselves are vain. I used to be that way. So if that's the case for you, delve into that and find the root of it. Why do confident people bother you? For me, it was because when I was younger, I watched confident kids do and get what I wanted, and I didn't like the feeling that they were better than me. So it made me feel better to think it's not okay to be that confident. It was also instilled in me to be super humble and basically never take credit for anything impressive or good that I ever did. So I constantly have always stifled taking a compliment. So keep in mind that if someone seems super confident but is judging or tearing down others, saying that they shouldn't feel good about themselves, they're not actually confident people. The truth is, if everyone was truly confident and happy with themselves, no one would think anyone else was vain, and no one would ever begrudge anyone that same feeling of confidence, regardless of their appearance or accomplishments. And this applies to every aspect of life. Our accomplishments that we tend to downplay because we feel like we have so far to go. Our talents because we feel like other people are better. The list is endless. But we have to start believing the positive things people say about us and reinforce them by telling ourselves those things and let them make us feel really good in order to have the fortitude to keep going and to simply enjoy life and the journey more in general. It's okay to enjoy compliments and accolades. It's okay to soak that stuff up and feel really good about it. But don't let it be the source of your worth. Learn how to make yourself feel that way each day with positive affirmations and listing all of the things you're proud of yourself for and that you like about yourself and your appearance. And let that inform how you compliment others. Lifting others up and giving them a reason to feel good will only lead to more positive things for you. But remember not to put yourself down in the process. Don't put yourself down to build someone else up. They don't have to feel better than you to feel good about themselves, and you don't have to feel better than anyone else to feel good about yourself. Make complimenting others all about them. And do the same thing for yourself, because we are all worthy of feeling good exactly as we are. All right, that's all for today.